Well, Tim, thank you for your time today. It's always a pleasure to see you and speak with you. And we've been together as friends and colleagues for a lot of years, and we've seen crisis management change dramatically, I would think, in our careers. So one of my first questions to you is, what are the biggest changes you've seen in crisis and emergency management over the span of your career?
Well, Michael, I think for me, it is technology and education.
Interesting.
When I started in emergency management a while back, the cell phone I had was about this large, okay? And about a year or two before that, the duty officer, because technology hadn't caught up, if I was on duty for the weekend, I couldn't leave my house because if someone called my home phone because there was an emergency that popped up, we'd have to be present.
And I remember that. You had to be within a region in order to be notified.
Correct. So technology. And then secondly, education. When I first started in emergency management and crisis management, there was no degree program. And now you can get a master's degree in emergency management. And so my training was on-the-job training, federal courses through FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, state courses, and just doing a lot of reading, where now young people today can go to a major university, get a degree in this job specifically.
So basically, you've seen your job basically evolve dramatically, not just through the information, through technology, the education to prepare you in order to address it. What do you see as the key components of a best-of-class crisis and emergency management program? And more specifically, as you see from what does corporate America need to say? Here's some key pieces you should have in your program.
I think corporate America, in my opinion, what they really need is support from upper-level management. Okay, whether it's coming from the CEO all the way down the director, what have you, because once they see the leadership is engaged, then the employees will take it seriously as well. It's being ingrained in the people, because one of the things you don't want to happen is your supervisor come and ask you about a certain thing that you should know and you don't know about it.
We've seen good crisis leaders, right? And you and I have talked about what it takes to be a good crisis team leader and how the team takes the personality of that leading. And you've been blessed not just through your military service, Maricopa County, and here. What would you say are the traits of a good crisis leader? And more importantly, are they born or are they taught?
Okay, I'll do my best to answer the first one. I think the good trait is understanding that it is a team. You're leading people, which means that I do not have to make all of the decisions. The team, if you have a strong team around you, the reason you have that strong team is so that they can focus in specific areas. So while being the leader, you can look at the entire picture.
How important now the question is mock disasters in order to prepare your team to respond properly?
I believe that mock exercises, disasters training, it's paramount. And you have to, once again, a military term, train as you fight.
Very good point.
Too many times, let's do the exercises in October, November when it's cooler. Right?
Exactly.
But when do things happen? The power outage happens in 116-degree weather.
Yes.
Not in 75-degree weather.
Right.
Okay, so part of that mock exercise is that you have to make it as realistic as possible. But after that, you have to have correction action plans.
What is one thing you would tell people is the biggest key to successfully managing a crisis?
What helps me is that I don't have to know everything, but I know everyone to reach out to.
So it becomes really knowing who to work with in order to be successful.
Correct. Because I don't know police, I don't know fire, I don't know public works. But I do have relationships with all of them. You're normally a department or division of one. No one works for you, so you have to get people to work with you.
I know when you were in Maricopa County, it was so important when I did my job in the private sector, is I always knew I could call you. I had a relationship with all of you. Whatever resources I needed, you knew who I was, and you helped me. Well, sir, as always, it's a pleasure to talk with you and be with you, and it's an honor to be with you, and thank you for your service and your great service to our community.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.